goodwill. NMDC is only permitted to work there, no other body is permitted. Maybe indirectly I should not be misquoted, because Naxals are there, they don't allow private company. Because they know that they will plunder. Orissa mining is plundered, Bellary is plundered, and coal is plundered everywhere by so many people, so many big giants. No coal scam, all the things are coming. But NMDC, we are silently working there, getting profit after profit, making the nation proud. Last but not the skill development, because after teach, what they'll do? They'll be unemployed again. So under NFDC, this is the three, I shall not tell the detail, it's understood. See, with that national skill development, that new ministry has come, we have MOU, 1200 people will be trained in mining skill. Then last is that local art, the Bastar ka handicraft and other things also. Because if you teach them AC repairing, there is no AC, what they'll do after training? You tell them automobile repairing, there is no two-wheeler, there is no car, what they'll do? So it's customized. Last is NIST, personally, yesterday we have signed a MOU, that National Institute of Secondary Steel, for land losers of steel plant, the 1200 land, where Amrutha Chap, LTI, sorry, left thumb, LT, they are all thumb impression, they do not know formal education. We have a massive scheme to teach them as part of education, Kaka, Gaga, ABCD will teach them, they will see the animation, film of steel making, they will visit them steel plant, they will be, because there will be accident. There will be accident if they are not properly taught, properly trained. The steel plant is not a biscuit factory or agarbatti factory, it is a very highly sophisticated proposition. Last part. Over some hours, that's not very important for us. Okay, thank you very much. This is just to sensitize what we are doing on education. Thank you.
I think we'll reserve the questions to the last, because I must thank Dr. Rath for cooperating with us in completing in time. That's something great about him. I now request Parthiban sir to present CSR and health sector, what they're doing it. Over to you, sir.
Very good afternoon. The chairperson of this session, Professor Sai Kumar, fellow speakers, participants of this conference, and especially my colleagues from ONGC, Mr. Ashok Kumar, GGMHR, head of Kaveri Asset of ONGC was here, and Mr. Sharma, head HR of Rajamundri Asset. Very good afternoon. I would like to also follow the same route of my previous speaker. I would like to spend about 5 to 10 minutes about the CSR practice in ONGC, and thereafter about the health initiatives in ONGC, and there is a 5 minutes short film giving the details of some of the projects which we have undertaken. To begin with, CSR in ONGC, well, though the act has come into place, like in 2014, but it is nothing new to us, because like, any other, oil sector, like upstream company, and we have to go to the remotest corners of the country in pursuit of, like hydrocarbons. Our geophysical and geological field parties, they go to like different corners of the country for acquisition of land and then conducting surveys. And like even for our drilling activities and setting up our production installations, we need land. So that is the time we work very closely with the communities. And through this interactions, through our interactions during our land acquisition, or whenever like our engineers visit, we do get to know of the needs from the society, from the communities. So as a result, to give back to the community as a responsible corporate. So even when we were working, when we were functioning as ONGC, that is Oil and Natural Gas Commission, as a government-owned like company, we had our own programs, like known as socio-economic development program, and wherein the line managers were given the total powers to cater to any such needs. So this has been the journey. And thereafter, of course, we all know that DPE guidelines in 1994. And it was ONGC was the first PSC to earmark 0.75% of profit after tax for CSR. It was in 2003. And we were the first to come up with a policy also, ONGC corporate citizenship policy. And again, we set the tone. We started with, like earmarking 2% of, profit after tax with 12 focus areas, and separate set of, CSR guidelines were issued in 2009. Followed by this, of course, the DPE guidelines, and being a PSC, we had to again, follow that. And then came the Companies Act. And today, as per Companies Act, we have a ONGC CSR and SD policy duly approved by the board of ONGC. Yeah, for our policy has taken the input from the provisions of the Companies Act, Companies Rules, and the DPE guidelines. And this is the vision statement of our policy. And basically, the focus is on, people, planet, and profit. And these are the 5 major areas where the board has decided that 20% of the amount spent is to be in each and every focus area mentioned here. The policy sets the tone for, like the activity of, the company CSR activities. I mean, it gives so many details how to go about our need assessment studies, project identification, monitoring of projects, impact assessment, then the committees. There is a board level committee in place as per the policy in the company. Well, these are our operational areas in the country. We are operating in 13 states. There are 25 operational work centers are there. And basically when we talk about, the CSR, like all activities are now focused at these areas. This is how we go about these days, like the board is there, I think it's not clearly visible. And there is a board level subcommittee which is headed by the by an independent director, and wherein the chairman of ONGC is also a member. That shows the commitment of the top leadership towards CSR in the company. And director HR of the company is totally responsible for below the board. And the corporate CSR setup is headed by the chief CSR, that is myself. Then in our work centers, the head HRs are there, and who are the first person responsible for implementation of the CSR projects and activities. This is a structure we have. Work centers are given with powers to clear projects up to 10 lakhs, and the chief CSR has got powers up to 20 lakhs. The director HR has got up to 50 lakhs, executive committee up to 1 crore, and the board has got beyond 1 crore with the recommendation of the board level committee. This is just to give an idea. Well, in the last 10 years, just to share it with you, because when I said we started our activities under the gamut of socio-economic development programs in the company, I can tell you, just share it with you, like we have spent more than 2,700 crores in the area of CSR in last 10 years. And this slide gives you the details of our expenditure in the last 4 years. And the current year you can see that our budget has been 593 crores, and as on date we have spent 452 and likely to reach around 550 by 31st March. And we have committed budgets towards like CSR projects to the extent of 767 crores. Now coming to health. Well, we have spent 232 crores in the last 5 to 6 years. This is a year-wise. Now coming on to this health initiatives. Well, here like our initiatives can be grouped into 3 major areas. One is reaching to the stakeholders, that is reaching the community community members at the doorstep. And the second part is like towards sustainable health initiatives, and third is preventive health initiatives. To begin with, there were major programs where there are so many of them. Due to paucity of time, I am sharing just very few projects. This is one of the projects where HelpAge India was our partner. They started in 2010, completing in May 2016, wherein we have deployed 20 mobile medical units in 17 ONGC operational areas in 9 states. They visit, every day with a paramedical staff and a doctor with free medicines, and particularly for the treatment of elderly people in remote areas. The number of beneficiaries are given there. This is another program where to take care of, physically disabled people and below poverty line, areas. And our partner has been Alimco and Bhagwan Mahavir Viklang Sahayata Samiti. This is at Jaipur Fort. The total cost of this project has been 26.24 crores. And here, this Alimco and this other company, other NGO, they have conducted, camps and shortlisted, and the requirements and the appliances have been distributed. This is again, it is in Bastar, just we were hearing about, the education program. This is, to address the malnutrition and sickle cell anemia. There is an agency who had approached us, and we have funded 75 lakhs. I think this you can see in the film also, it is there. This is another NGO by name Anugraha Drishtidan. I mean, they conduct, camps for particularly eye checkup all across the country, particularly nearer to our work centers. And in the last, 5 years, we have spent 45 lakhs towards this. And they do take care of, the free cataract surgery, medicines, and all this, particularly to the elderly population. Well, other than this, the work centers all across the country do organize medical camps so as to reach the stakeholders, and these are free medical camps. And we have spent about 4.18 crores in the last 5 years. Now, coming to some of the sustainable health initiatives, this hospital is in Gujarat, in Ankleshwar, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel Rotary General Hospital. And here, for setting up this nephrology department, we have funded, rupees 13 crore, and this project is nearing completion. This is in Mangalore. We have got, Mangalore Refinery Petrochemicals Limited there, one of our subsidiary company. And here, to set up a new wing, to construct, it is a capex which we have funded. 12.78 crore is from ONGC, and MRPL has, funded 18.89 crore. This is basically exclusively for the women. This hospital is in Vizag, King George Hospital. I think there are some other public sector companies also have partnered on this. And our contribution from ONGC is to the extent of 15 crore. This is aimed at strengthening the present oncology department in the government hospital. This is a community hospital which we constructed through a construction partner at Lakhimpur Kheri in UP at a cost of 5 crore. And the operation and maintenance is being now done by Chandan Healthcare Private Limited. The details are there in the short film. This is in Karnataka in Chikbalapur. We have funded 1.77 crore for 24 number of essential medical and capital equipments over there, which was aimed at modernizing the facilities over there. This is in Arunachal Pradesh. At Zero district. It is through district health authorities. The DMO is the partner with us, and 65.45 lakhs has been approved by ONGC for purchase of an ambulance, then X-ray machine, ultrasound machine. This is the RKM hospital in Mumbai, wherein we have funded 95.51 lakh for renovation of construction of that new wing, which is there on the right side of the photograph, right corner. This is in Assam. This is Upper Assam, Dibrugarh, Assam Medical College, wherein we have provided 7 crore as a fund assistance for setting up their catheterization lab for open heart surgery facility. This is a bone marrow transplant center in Karamsad, Gujarat, wherein we have funded 65.58 lakhs and through Chauratar Arogya Mandal. As a part of preventive care, healthcare initiative, this we all know that this was a vision of the Honorable Prime Minister of India. This directive was given to all public sector enterprises. So we have also taken it, as being one of the leading, oil sector company. We have constructed through Sulabh International and the state government of Meghalaya, 8,202 toilets in schools at a cost of 125.7 crore. In continuation of this, we have taken up the information, education and communication program among all these schools in those villages. Auroville Foundation is the partner with us, and the cost is 7 crore. This is a total school-led sanitation program involving the community also. This is another program where solid waste management is in focus. This is in Rameshwaram, down south, the temple town. And this was inaugurated just a couple of days before at a cost of 76.96 lakhs. And hand in hand, India is the agency which is partnering with us in this. Akshaya Patra is another one, important project which we had taken up in Surat. This is near Azira plant of ONGC, wherein we have funded 9.69 crore towards the capex of centralized fully automated kitchen, including the vehicles. And this is aimed at providing hygienic midday meal to more than 1.26 lakh children per day. This is in Mizoram. This is a village which is known as Hartoki village, where the women had to go for a distance of 5 kilometers to fetch drinking water. So along with the public health engineering department over there, we spent 88.45 lakhs in laying 5 kilometer long water pipeline and also construction of an RCC tank, and thereby enabling the villagers to get drinking water, hygienic water. This is in Varanasi. We have taken up this project of construction of water ATMs. There are 5 water ATMs which has been constructed along with Eureka Forbes Institute of Environment. This is again aimed at providing clean water to the people. This is in Udaipur, Rajasthan. Here this project has been done through Seva Mandir, an agency, at a cost of 28.6 lakhs. I think the details you can see in the short film. This is an yoga nilayam which the board has approved just last month. This is being constructed at Guwahati, and here they are going to come up with a naturopathy treatment center besides teaching the yoga trainers, and at a cost of 2.97 crore. This is going to be a 3 to 4 years project there. This is another project, ONGC Mission Ujala. This is in and around Delhi. The agency is Prani, and we have spent 57.66 lakhs, wherein the poor children who cannot afford to go for eye checkup, purchase of spectacles, have been screened, and they have been facilitated with all medical treatment and providing spectacles free of cost. To come to conclusion, to sum it up. So this is how we have gone about. In southern sector, we have spent 69.85 crore towards health initiatives. In western sector, 36.96 crore. In northern sector, 24.42 crores. In eastern sector, 31.99, and in northeast it is 66.3 crore. In fact, in Upper Assam, we are going to come up with an hospital in Sivsagar, wherein we have purchased the land also, like 50 acres of land at a cost of 3.16 crore, and this hospital is going to come up at a cost of 100 crore. In fact, one of our senior management committees camping in Aurangabad to finalize an operating partner for this. And before I conclude, I think there is a 5 minutes film.
सिसैया लखीमपुर से 48 किलोमीटर की दूरी पे ऐसा एक अति पिछड़ा इलाका है। गरीबी, शिक्षा, रोजगार, स्वास्थ्य का अभाव, ऐसी कई समस्याओं से जूझ रहे यहाँ के लोगों को ONGC का साथ मिला। वर्ष 2014 में ओएनजीसी ने यहाँ एक कम्युनिटी अस्पताल की शुरुआत की। स्टेट ऑफ द आर्ट फैसिलिटी से लैस ओएनजीसी कम्युनिटी अस्पताल इस इलाके में एकमात्र अस्पताल है। इस अस्पताल में एक्सरे, बच्चे की डिलीवरी, सर्जरी, नेत्र जांच, मरीज की भर्ती जैसी सारी बुनियादी सुविधाओं के साथ ही एम्बुलेंस और 24 घंटे बिजली भी उपलब्ध है। अस्पताल परिसर में डिस्पेंसरी होने के कारण मरीजों को एक ही छत के नीचे किफायती दामों में दवाइयां भी उपलब्ध हो जाती हैं। अस्पताल का ऑपरेशन थिएटर किसी भी शहरी अस्पताल की तुलना में कम नहीं है। विभिन्न शाखाओं के स्पेशलिस्ट डॉक्टर्स यहाँ मरीजों की सेवा में 24 घंटे मौजूद रहते हैं। शुरुआत के 2 सालों में ही लगभग 60,000 मरीजों ने अस्पताल की सेवाओं का लाभ उठाया। अस्पताल में इलाज करवाने वालों की सूची में कई नेपाली नागरिक भी शामिल हैं, जो करीब 60 किलोमीटर दूर सीमा रेखा के उस पार से आते हैं। इस अस्पताल की मौजूदगी से समाज के सभी वर्ग के लोग खुश हैं।
हेलो, हाँ भाई, ध्यान देंगे, हमारी गाड़ी आ चुकी है। जिनको भी अपना इलाज करवाना है वो हमारी गाड़ी के समीप आ जाए और अपना इलाज करा लें।
The Varisht Jan Swasthya Seva Abhiyan, launched by ONGC and HelpAge, has placed 20 mobile medical units, MMUs, across the country. Spread across 6 states, the MMUs provide free services which include medical consultation, medicines, basic diagnostic tests, home care visits for the bedridden, and physiotherapy care. The team also organizes health camps and trains the community in self-help schemes through health education. Premised on the belief that community-based interventions and a holistic approach will serve as a foundation for the success of this project, this intervention seeks to provide comfort and dignity to the elderly.
अंडे, बकरी, बदरी, हितवा, ये बदनसीब बच्चे भी भगवान की देन है। 40% की जीवन दर और 6 से 7 का हीमोग्लोबिन औसत। दुनिया में रहकर दुनिया से दूर रहने वाले इन आदिवासियों का कोई दोस्त नहीं था। तब एक दिन